All right, managers, let's have a real talk. We're going to tackle one of the most, let's face it, stressful parts of our job, headcount planning. But we're going to flip it from a total guessing game into an actual working strategy. You know that feeling, right? That email from HR hits your inbox, the subject line, annual planning. And just like that, that familiar knot forms in your stomach. We're supposed to predict the future. And honestly, most of the time it just feels like we're winging it. I mean, let's be honest, that's exactly what it is, isn't it? It's a high-stakes guessing game. We're trying to map out the entire future for our teams, kind of blindfolded. And we know that if we get it wrong, it's gonna hurt. And when those guesses are off, man, the fallout is instant. A key project just stops dead in its tracks because someone leaves. Your best people are getting totally burnt out, picking up all the slack. And then you're stuck making these emergency hires that, don't always click with the team culture. It feels like we're always firefighting, not building. But here's the thing. What if I told you that you are already sitting on the single most valuable piece of data to break this cycle? Yeah, there's a method that takes your unique on-the-ground insight and turns it into the company's most powerful forecasting tool. It's kind of like your secret weapon.
It's officially called the managerial estimate method. But look, don't get thrown by the fancy name. At its core, it's a really simple idea. Nobody, and I mean nobody, knows the future of your team better than you do. This is just a way to formally capture all that knowledge you're carrying around in your head.
And here is exactly why it works so well. You're the one having those one-on-ones, those career conversations. You know who's absolutely crushing it and ready for a promotion. You know who's been talking about rotating to a different team to learn new skills. You know who might be eyeing retirement. This method taps directly into that personal, nuanced knowledge. Okay, so let's get into the nuts and bolts. How do you actually do this? Well, it's a surprisingly straightforward process, and it puts your expertise exactly where it belongs, right at the heart of the plan. So it really just boils down to 4 steps. First, HR will send you a quick survey. Second, and this is the most important part, you sit down and you actually assess your team. You map out the promotions, the retirements, and critically, those internal team rotations you see coming over the next year. Third, you send in your numbers, and finally, you all review the big picture with leadership to lock in the final projections. Simple as that. So you can forget about needing a PhD in statistics. This isn't about crunching complex algorithms. It's about knowing the human story of your team. Where are people headed? What do they want to learn next? You're forecasting based on real career paths, not just numbers in a spreadsheet. Let's make this real. So, picture a VP of digital marketing. She's doing this exercise. And from her recent check-ins, she knows 3 of her associates are super excited about rotating to other teams to build out their skill sets. She also knows one of her senior folks is planning to retire soon. And just like that, boom, that VP knows she needs to plan for 4 openings. 4! And that number didn't come from some mysterious formula. It came directly from her knowledge of her team's actual plans. This is what proactive planning really looks like. Now this is where it gets really cool. You get to see how your individual forecast plugs into the company's bigger strategic puzzle. This is how we go from just a number to a real, concrete action plan. Think about it this way. Your input creates the projected supply, a realistic picture of the talent you'll actually have on hand. The company's strategy, well, that creates the projected demand, the talent the business needs to hit its goals. The magic happens when we bring those 2 pieces together. And this visualizes the result perfectly. When you compare demand and supply, the gaps just pop right out. So in this example, the business needs 8 SEO specialists, but after you account for those team rotations and retirements, you project you'll only have 6. That's a 2-person gap. It's not a guess anymore, it's a clear signal that you need to take action. So that gap analysis flows directly into a smart, powerful action plan. You're short 2 SEO specialists? Okay, we need to recruit externally and start training up some juniors. We have a surplus of 3 content writers. Great, let's cross-train them and redeploy them to social media where we need help. No gap for data analysts, perfect. Let's focus on rotating their projects to build new skills. See, your forecast just built the strategic roadmap for the whole year. So let's bring this all home. I know you're a busy manager with a million things on your plate. So why should you invest your time and energy in this? Because the value comes directly back to you and your team in really tangible, powerful ways. Hey, remember all those planning pains we talked about at the beginning? Well, this is the solution. This is how you ensure your projects keep moving forward. It's how you prevent your team from getting overloaded and burning out. You actually boost engagement because you're showing people a real path for growth. You get to train people proactively instead of scrambling reactively. And honestly, it makes you a much more strategic leader. So I'll just leave you with this one question. As you head into your next planning cycle, how well do you really know the stories unfolding on your team? Because that knowledge, it's no longer just a nice to have. It's your most powerful tool for building the future.